Investigations are underway in Botswana where nearly 90 elephant carcasses have been found with their tusks hacked off. It's believed to be one of Africa's worst mass poaching sprees. Elephants Without Borders predicts it will only get worse as poaching for ivory continues to wipe out herds despite a ban on the international trade in ivory. Joining us now from Vancouver is Renee Byers, an associate researcher in the zoology department at the University of British Columbia. Renee, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning.
So Botswana has been described as the final sanctuary for elephants in Africa. In the last survey, only 9 elephants were found killed by poachers. So you go from 9 in 2014 to 90 today. This doesn't sound like a spike. This sounds like a crisis. What's going on?
Well, there are several reasons, I think, that this poaching happened. First of all, apparently coincided with the fact that Botswana has disarmed the anti-poaching units a few months ago. And another reason is that elephants are seeking refuge in Botswana because, as you said, Botswana was, up till now at least, a safe haven for elephants. It has the largest population of elephants in Africa, about 130,000. And in neighboring countries, elephants are being wiped out. So they were going to Botswana where they were better protected. And then another reason is that poachers in many other countries are still simply running out of elephants. It's getting more difficult to find elephants with good ivory, so they're going to, say, the last bastions of elephants on the continent.
All right, so we've got the poachers on one side, you've got the market on the other, and China is the largest consumer of ivory on the planet. They've shut down their domestic ivory trade last year, but you've got countries, isn't it a head scratcher for me? You've got Canada, Japan, Namibia, South Africa, all objecting to banning the domestic trade in ivory. What justifies Canada's position on this?
Well, we're really a bit puzzled about this, why Canada is not banning domestic ivory. Of course, the problem in Canada is not as big as it is in some other countries, and the trade is probably quite small. But it would not be too difficult just to ban the sales of ivory within the country. And that's what we've been actually urging for. There was, through the organization I'm involved in, Elephant Addicts, we have written a letter to the government asking for to consider a ban on domestic ivory, elephant ivory.
Well, whether or not Canada... I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, but we haven't, so far we haven't received any response yet.
Well, you know, if it does seem, despite Canada's reticence to jump on board with this ivory ban, it does seem like the demand for ivory is waning. If we strangle the international demand for ivory, is that enough to save these elephants, or does more have to be done on the conservation side?
Oh, I think more has to be done on the conservation side. The demand is declining, but the poaching is still going on, and there's still a lot of poaching happening, as you know, we just witnessed in Botswana. China closed its domestic ivory trade in 2018, just recently actually, and that has caused the ivory prices to drop. So it really had an effect. They went from over $2,000 a kilo to around $500 or $700 a kilo. So yes, demand is declining, but there are still other markets in countries south of China, like Vietnam, Laos, that are now offering ivory to Chinese tourists, for example. And in the field, we're still seeing a lot of poaching going on. So it is definitely not, I mean, the problem is not gone.
Renee, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your attention on this today. We really appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.